Hi beautifuls, welcome back to YILDIZ Readings 5D. For those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium, twin flame coach. I cover astrology, moon energy and personal development. If you do want to come join us in the members hub, we have private twin flame questions in there. No super chat required. And yes, monthly I come to you live, and during those sessions you're able to ask quick super chat questions. Now for this video, we're going to tune into your psychic energy, connecting into your love interest, any blockages or the unexpected that can come up. So please stay tuned, because this 2 weeks is set to be very, very interesting and pivotal. Love and light, guys. Let's get into the energy. Hi beautiful Virgo, we are here to check your energy for the second week of April. Now I have pulled the cards ahead of time. For those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium. I cover the astrology and we also do twin flame updates every Friday. So if you want to join us, come through. Now with your cards, especially with the energy of the new moon in Aries, it does appear to be that you're taking a tactical approach. I do feel some of you can be looking at a home related dynamic, really trying to get grounded and to look at something from a very logical standpoint. You've got your base chakra here, and this can be family and tribe and maybe seeking out advice from people around you, but it's really wanting to feel at home with yourself. You could really be nurturing yourself and getting grounded. I also feel with the Elder card coming through, there's almost like, we kind of mentioned this moving into the new year, feeling like we are a deer in the woods coming through, and we're looking through the fog with the unexpected. I do feel with this card, you could potentially be feeling a little bit vulnerable, needing to maybe get some advice from somebody that you highly respect, but also looking at all polarities in this direct situation, which is very Aries and Chiron. You want something to stand the test of time, but there appears to be something that's going on where you're making a great deal of sacrifice. Now, this could be, do I stay, do I go? Do I keep pouring energy into a circumstance, or do I need to actually change it about? And you're wondering, you could feel a little bit isolated, like who's with you, who's not, but I do feel a lot of close energies around you who are deeply supportive. Now, in the past position, it's the sacrifices and the letting go of a circumstance that you're needing to deal with. It may have been an emotion that comes up, and you might have been going with the flow with the circumstance and therefore making sacrifices and feeling that was manageable. I do feel as though this advice that you're getting, you're speaking quietly in relation to this. You're not wanting anyone else to know how you're feeling to do with the circumstance, but you're going to your nearest and dearest to be able to discuss this. Some of you, again, are really being quite forthright. And I feel there might have been some information that came through where, with loved ones, individuals, something has been a very heavy cross to bear. You've been really speaking about these things, of what's hurt you, and why it came up to a point where it really hurt you, and needing to make a judgment in relation to this. But again, I do feel the need to actually have advice from an external person, because I feel many of you are thinking you're not seeing it. You're coming to it from a very grounded space, but there is also these war wounds that relate to some things that aren't moving correctly at this point. Now, something's happened and you feel it needs to be dealt with. This can be a shocking revelation. It can be, I feel it's your most inner feelings coming to the surface. It's almost been like the writing's been on the wall, and it's almost like second guessing yourself, trying to take a grounded approach, looking at maybe you haven't been looking at these things. Some of you have been healing and upgrading, and when I say healing, doing that inner nurture, maybe feeling quite tired from some circumstances. This can be relating to family and having to be the mature person. and really, you know, looking at people like, come on, we need to move forward from here. This can be in a group energy, especially when it links to work. It might have been a testing few weeks for you, and it does look like it is moving, but you may need to be very careful about the way you approach this, especially with moods relating to people at the moment, especially playing out in the read. I do feel you're being very, very patient. And with this patience, you're feeling as though, you know, something's got to give. Something really has to be shifted about. You're trying to be playful with the approach, but deep down, there also could be a feeling that it definitely needs dealing with. And this can be circumstances of people's emotions. Some of you may be feeling a little bit claustrophobic at the moment and really needing to look at how you're feeling, what you're going to do. But there could be this lack mentality, but I feel it's more being projected towards you than physically anything you've done as per se. If anything, I feel most of you are working very effectively. You've got the quality systems in order. You're trying to nurture yourself and move forward. If this is very separately relating to business, I do feel there can be individuals that are very jealous of you. And so you're coming from a very loving place. You've worked hard to be who you are, and there can be jealousy coming in that way. Others of you, if this is also love, a similar scenario is kind of playing out, but something's really grating on your nerves. This can be the way this connection has been flowing, the expectations and the needs, maybe the struggles relating to home and family and maturity, and different people's viewpoints. Overall, some of you are second guessing a circumstance. It's like, okay, what is this going to be? And again, as I mentioned in the crowning energy, do you persist on, be it you're single or couple, or do you, you know, really, and I think you're pausing to reflect upon it. Some of you are feeling like at times you're manipulated, and there could be circumstances. And when I say manipulation, it doesn't necessarily mean a person is being shady. It's your emotions and your conditioning that is pulling you to an elder position. So trying to take that mature approach may be taking you away from a grounded approach. And you're trying to do a bit of both. It's a little bit like head and heart. So from a perspective that another human being has gone through, you can see why and how some of these behaviors are coming through. Some of you, this could be a child, especially because we have family here, and especially because we have the sympathy. It can be a circumstance where you're trying to balance these things. Emotions can be coming up. But, you know, in a connection scenario, what I'm seeing here, you have some big plans and you're wondering if you can have your cake and eat it too. And I don't mean that from a negative term. I mean in a balancing map orientated situation. How can you bring everything together in order to pour your energy into things and everything be okay? So I feel you're kind of going to go into this week really assessing and shifting things about. And it is, even with your potential outcome, I feel you're being a bit guarded. And I don't feel it's physically you're being left out in the cold. It can be emotions relating to that, of people not understanding you, people not getting your point of view, not wanting to hurt anyone, or feeling potentially you can't speak your truth in relation to how people are exhibiting emotions to you. So it can be that you, again, you've worked hard, you want to focus on your cash component, you want to focus on your personal values. And other people, maybe you're feeling they won't understand or resonate with that. We're going to have a look at why this is coming through. You feel frustrated. Okay, you're really following your intuition. You're kind of foreseeing how something can play out. And so you had potentially really wanted to be patient, but it keeps coming up. So it appears to be in your mind, you're going to kind of shift these things about. Okay, yeah, so you're following your intuition. This can be seeking guidance from a very spiritual person so that you can understand how to deal with it. You're kind of feeling, you know, it might be a viewpoint. It might be a viewpoint that you're looking at that you're missing, especially to do with, is this purpose? Now, what do I mean by that? Is this purpose? Is this going to have a good outcome? And nothing really in those layman's terms can be assured, but I think you're just wanting to quality check your intuition, you know, by bouncing off with another individual to see, you know, whether this is a balanced scenario, whether you need to, you know, separate from these situations and, you know, focus on it, but you're finding it to be quite difficult. You're feeling there's a lot of upheaval and change that would be required to do what you're planning to do as a backup plan. And I feel it's more a backup plan. Some of you might be avoiding a conflict. You know, you're trying to take the nicer approach to it, but it can be really pressing at you. And again, whoever these individuals are that you need to talk directly to, it feels as though you're swapping and you're getting, for some of you, this can be legal related where you're speaking to an external person. But it sort of does feel that it's first you must talk to these individuals to take the higher ground, and then you can directly have some sense of a map of what to do to move forward. So it's been a bit difficult to actually let it go because you're taking a professional approach, really to weigh up the pros and cons of, is this worth it? Do I need to continue on? Some of you, this is in relation to applying for a different job, taking a tactical approach. Do you leave something out in the cold? So there is a juggling, but I do feel information is going to come towards you to help you look at this map. Others of you, if you are working and you're wondering how you can balance all love and family, there's a bit of ickiness at the moment. But again, emotionally, I feel you may be putting a lot of pressure on yourself that it is a tribe energy. It's not a one-sided situation, especially with family and elder coming through. And it may be for those of you that are in a connection, maybe you had a very bad experience previously and you're kind of feeling that the same thing is going to come about. This can also be in a reconciliation scenario that you're feeling a similar trend is going to continue on. But it's saying that there is love here, and it's about you actually adhering to what makes you feel happy. And maybe you could really be underestimating this situation, but there's a very heavy cross to bear here. Some of you are feeling as though maybe you haven't learnt a karmic lesson. And again, I'm feeling this critical energy towards self that you're really carrying it and you're feeling it's a burden. I feel if you just look at the innocence of the situation, you're trying to, you know, you want to be safe. This feels like vulnerability. It feels like needing a backup plan. Maybe, again, these conversations are going to give you the clarity that you need. I also feel some of you are feeling no matter what you do, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. But I do feel with this communication, okay, what is... Let's see how this other energy is going to directly understand and receive this. How are they going to receive it? Maybe that can help. I feel they already know, but they can be in a little bit of ego due to being too close to the situation, and potentially that's why you're not going directly to this person. They are under a great deal of stress, and you may feel that you don't want to be dragged into a situation. You don't want them to feel you're manipulating them. It's merely you feel as though the give and take is not here in balance yet, and it's due to an external circumstance. Okay, you've got some hopes and dreams, and it's like, how is that going to fit in the mix? And I do feel you feel it's a little bit unfair. that, you know, you equally should have these things. So it is causing a little bit of a shake up. Now I am going to go into the extension, and we're going to see how this person is going to relate to it, what potential steps you're going to take, and what this information is coming towards you. So if you do wish to join us, you can come through to the extension. Otherwise, I will see you next week for the energy update. Please go through and have a look at your sun, moon and rising, because the messages may come through there. Love and light. I'll see you on the twin flame. Thanks for joining us. If you do want the extension read, it is in the link directly below in the box. Also, all the booking information is there. Please subscribe if you do want to have current updates relating to astrology, moon energy, twin flame path. I do have super chats, so if you do feel you can't afford a reading, you can jump through and have a question during the sessions, as well as if you haven't joined my website, please do, because I do put up notifications relating to when I'm coming live, any events coming up, and specials. Take care. I will see you later. Have a great week.